So I received a comment. Hello Ascendor, I'm from South Korea. Hello. And I have a question about your previous video. I understand that I should face my darkness, shadows, but I don't know how to do it. So I just sit down and wait until negative feelings or a thought to come, and then it arrives in the current moment. I'm just focused on that thought or feeling, but it doesn't feel like confronting darkness. It feels like I was just listening to self-cursing voice all the time. I will be really grateful if you make a video about how to confront darkness. Thank you for your videos. Alright, so you said it felt like I was listening to self-cursing voice all the time. And when you say that you were listening to the self-cursing voice, it sounds like you are listening to this external source of sound that is coming to your mind. Now, if you find the one that is listening, and you recognize that the one that's listening is not the voice, then who is the one listening? Right? Of course, I understand that listening to this voice, this self-cursing voice, creates those chemicals in the body, and they make the organism suffer, and it feels personal. And I can talk about my experience a little bit of this overcoming the darkness and overcoming the shadow. But you have to understand that I can only talk from my experience. So what I had was shame and guilt a lot, and it manifested as some kind of pressure here in the heart area and the solar plexus. And first, what I did, it wasn't even necessary to have like an awakened state, whatever that is. I believe if you're watching this video, then you have something inside of you that tells you that you want to be healthy. And if that's the deepest part of you, then that's the strongest part of you. Maybe it takes the longest time to grow, but it will be the strongest part of you. It wants to be healthy, and that's the reason you're watching videos like this. And it tells you that you want to face your darkness, which takes a lot of courage and power. So you don't have to face that darkness. Why should you? Right? But you want to. So you don't need to be in an awakened state of being at first to just ask yourself, why do I even feel like I'm in the darkness? What is it? How does it manifest? For me, it was like this guilt, or I don't belong, something's wrong with me, and it manifested like shame here in the heart area or solar plexus. And I was just sitting down in silence and was just like listening to it. And as you said, you were listening to those self-cursing voices. So you don't even feel like the way you describe it doesn't even sound like you feel that you are the thinker. You are someone that's listening to the thoughts. So that's good, because now you can actually sit down and just listen, and also feel the distance between you and the thoughts that you're listening to, because that will make you realize slowly that, wait a minute, who are they talking to? Are they talking to me, or are they talking to who I think I am? Right? Because that's a difference. And if you realize that they are just talking to who I think I am, not to me, then the body will stop to create those chemicals in the body slowly. It's kind of like on a physical level, it's a process. Just feel in your body right now, just here. And let me know if you feel something here in the chest, like if it's uncomfortable. Because I had this for years and I thought it's normal, so I just got used to it and I thought it's normal, everybody has it. But I just want you to know that that's not true. If you also think that, I don't have it anymore. I mean, it's good to know that it's not normal, because it creates this hope, or nah, it's not real. It's not the right word, but it lets you know that there's a way out. There's a way of being without this feeling in the chest, without this tightness in the chest, or people like to call it contraction in the non-dual scene, right? So, and also just use your logic. Actually, overcoming the darkness doesn't need a lot of. It needs uh, this knowing that you are not the darkness, but also just ask yourself, what can I do as a separate being to overcome this? In my situation, I had to apologize and I had to forgive to some people to overcome like guilt and shame, just to have a better experience, as consciousness. You're empty, you're nothing, you're free. So you don't play the game anymore. You just retreat. Then at some point you want to play the game again, but now that you're not identified with a fixed person anymore, you can change the personality, of course, the way the consciousness wants it, which is loving. So it wants you to kind of become a better person. Therefore, I naturally had to apologize because I wanted to assume this identity again, but a better version. You know, not like in an ego way better, but just pure, with a pure heart. You know, so maybe that's something. Maybe you have a completely different topic in your life, but that was my thing, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who actually feel this pressure here. So apologizing, forgiving is good. It's very good. And yeah, overcome. And also, sometimes for some people it could even be a little bit deeper when you already feel this pressure for a long time, or you feel just that darkness, that shadow that you're talking about for a long time. Then maybe you've already developed some strategies to numb that feeling by smoking cigarettes, weed, or drinking alcohol, or developing a gaming addiction, or whatever. Just see that that's just a symptom of that feeling. And next time you feel like you want to smoke a cigarette, just try to not smoke it for 5 minutes and feel the feeling that wants to move you towards the cigarette. Try to discover what's behind it. And that will gradually move you through a process where you purify in a way. And that's actually the easy way to overcome addictions. It's to see slowly what's behind that craving. People who have drug addiction. I got some comments from people who say, "Can you make a video about addiction?" It's like when you feel that need to take whatever substance you're taking, just wait for 5 minutes and discover. Go through the pain and discover what's behind it. And do it every time until this feeling becomes more and more comfortable, until you understand the way this body mind works better and better. Because with understanding and by getting used to it, it becomes easier and easier to just live without the substance. And that's how I did it. Yeah, overcoming the darkness is kind of like a process of getting to know yourself in this relative sphere. This is relative level, right? That's how to overcome darkness. Because on the conscious level, there's no darkness, but consciousness can manifest as darkness. So if you want to overcome your darkness, you have to kind of work on this relative level. Yeah, and that's a process. Everything that takes place in the relative level is a process. So it's all about getting, you know, understanding yourself. When you're done with your um, darkness, you will have your very own story, just like I do, and other people already are talking about their own stories. And maybe it's hard to relate because everybody is individual in this relative level. Um, but it's all about just discovering yourself, understanding the way this works, this, this expression. Then you will understand what's good for you, what's bad for you, what you want to do, what you shouldn't do. And yeah, that's basically it. And I hope this helps somehow. Yeah. So that was it. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. And have a great day.